Hey everyone, this is Coach Turtleking, and in my last workout, which was focused on parries, I talked a lot about frame data. In this workout, I'm going to break down what frame data is, why it's important to be familiar with, and why it's not as scary as it may sound. Even the most intuition-based fundamental flexing players need to have some knowledge of frame data. Once you have basic knowledge of how frame data works, you'll be able to elevate your defense and your punish game to a whole new level. So, get ready for your one-stop shop for frame data knowledge.
So first things first, hop into training mode and pick your main. What you need to do now is open the pause menu, scroll down to other options, and then pick game speed. In the game speed option, set the game speed to 1 frame, press ZL. And what this is a frame by frame option. Now, when you press the ZL button, the game will advance by a single frame. Holding the ZL button will make the game move as normal. A frame is the smallest unit of processing that the game will interpret. Since the game runs at 60 frames per second, that means the game processes 60 individual moments every single second. The fastest possible response from the game would be to receive your input on 1 frame, and the very next frame have an attack come out. So, while you're in this frame by frame state, hold down an attack button and then tap the ZR button to advance by 1 frame. You should see your character's animation change. This is the first frame of your attack animation. Keep advancing frames one by one and count as you go along. Stop counting once the attack is able to hit the opponent. The amount of frames you counted is the startup of your attack. For example, Incineroar's fastest ground options are his jab and neutral B. You can see the startup of neutral B here, and then 5 frames later, the attack makes contact. This means that Darkest Lariat, his neutral B, is frame 5. I'll talk about why these numbers are important in a moment, but what if you don't want to count? A resource I highly suggest you visit is ultimateframedata.com. This is a site which compiles the frame data of every single move for every character in Ultimate. And also Street Fighter, but different game. But you should check it out. I play DJ. It's very cool. I'll show you a little better how to navigate the site also right now. First, you pick a character and you're presented with a huge page filled with gifs and numbers. It seems daunting, but the important numbers to look at are the number in the green rectangle called startup. That's what you counted during the warm-up. The number in the red rectangle that has a number or multiple numbers followed by on shield. This tells you how many frames you have to act before the opponent if you block said move. For example, if Cloud lands a forward air on your shield and then he lands on the very next frame, meaning he did the forward air as low as possible, so he has the least amount of lag, you would be able to act 6 frames before he does. If there are multiple numbers, it means the move has multiple hitboxes or strengths, like a sweet spot or lingering hitbox. Lastly, at the very bottom of the page is a box called Stats, which contains useful information, like how the fastest out of shield options of the character are, or some of their burst options. Spend a few moments browsing the site. Even if you already did in my previous video, there's always more to learn. Some things to pay special attention to are up specials, grabs, and the safety of aerials on shield. Keep in mind how safe and how fast these moves are. So we've got numbers now, and we know how to see the startup and shield safety of a move. But what can you do with those numbers? Knowing a bit about frame data allows you to maximize your punish game, play out of shield, and do airtight combos. If someone hits your shield with a laggy forward smash, you should have an idea of how unsafe it is. You could intuitively get an idea for it with how well done Smash Bros. Ultimate's animations are, but some moves are extremely deceptive. I highly suggest you learn how safe some moves are, like Wolf or Meta Knight's forward smashes, for example. Repetitive moves such as Roy Jab will trap you if you try to go for something too slow, but I can check the website to see how to punish it. The sweet spot of Roy Jab is -9, and the sour spot, the full range, is -12. This means Incineroar can grab out of shield against Roy Jab, because his grab has a long range, and it's also frame 7. Grabs have an additional 4 frames of penalty when retaliating out of shield, so 7 plus 4, 11 frame out of shield option. This is a true punish on the sour spot jab, but even after a sweet spot jab, even though Roy is -9, he doesn't have enough time to use any other option that would get him away from an instant grab, because jump is 3 frames and spot dodges as well. So it works as a punish there too. Even if your opponent just whiffs a move, you have to know how to optimize damage. Incineroar forward smash is frame 16. If I'm holding block and my opponent whiffs Cloud up smash in front of me, do I have enough time to drop shield for 11 frames, dash up for a few frames, and then do a 16 frame forward smash? Considering how Cloud's up smash has 29 frames of end lag, as shown in the purple box on smashultimateframedata.com, it's looking like a nearly impossible punish. 16 plus 11 of the shield drop frames is 27, so I only have 2 frame window to get into range, and this is assuming I react to the up smash whiffing as early as possible. I can compare this to a different punish tool, side B, which does all the heavy lifting and positioning for me. I can even do side B instantly after a jump, which means I'll only suffer 3 frames of jump squat instead of the 11 mentioned above. The last major thing to take major note of is escape options. Most characters have a frame 3 air dodge, which means that you can do combos even if your opponent has 2 frames outside of hit stun to act. This is why people say that the combo counter in training mode lies. It's because it only considers something as a combo if all the hits are done while the opponent is in hit stun, even if there would be no way to escape otherwise. So however, some characters have been blessed with faster escape options. A handful of characters have frame 2 air dodges, like Sonic, Young Link, Fox, and more. A lot of annoying small characters, they can get out faster. And another handful of characters have horrible frame 4 air dodges, or DK. Some characters have invincible moves on frame 1, such as Luigi Cyclone or Mars Dolphin Slash. You must know the speed of escape options from your opponents, because some combos have large enough gaps for your opponent to use them. In situations such as those combos are no longer true, and you must go for either a more frame tight combo, or you have to bait out the reversal by waiting. Now let's try to apply some of this knowledge. Hop into 5 matches with other players while having memorized the frame of your fastest active shield option. Against the other player, successfully punish some of their attacks on shield with this option. See if you can get away with going for something stronger, like an up smash if they do something especially unsafe. So the best way to improve your knowledge of frame data is just to study it from time to time. When you're struggling against a certain neutral air, pop open the site to see how fast it comes out and how safe it is. Once you have an intimate knowledge of your own character's frame data, you'll be able to use it to craft solutions to the problems that your opponents sling at you. Sometimes improving at Smash takes stuff outside of Smash too. Even taking breaks from grinding to go on a walk and talk with your family and sleep well will have huge benefits on your gameplay. So remember, take a break, study up some frame data, and hop back in the game. I'm Coach Turtleking, and I'll see you in the next workout. Peace!